Hey, what's going on, guys? Danny here with you. In this video, we're going to talk about a new pattern that could be forming for Shiba Inu. And as always, this video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. All right, so I'm currently over here on the 5-minute chart. And as you can see, we are consolidating into an upward pattern right here. This actually could be forming a rising wedge. Generally, rising wedges, they are a bearish pattern where we'll break out and do come down. Generally, we will retest near the bottom of the trend line down here, near the bottom of the wedge. This is a very strong area of support. As you see down here, we have bounced over it quite a few times, and we actually did bounce off of it a couple times when we were trying to come up. So it is a very strong area of support. But let's go ahead and pull out a Fibonacci retracement and see where we could be heading if we do break to the downside. All right, so I'm going to come down here near the bottom of our wedge. This is our last big local area of lows. And we'll bring that up to our last local area of our last high right here. All right, so the couple areas we want to take a look at, of course, will be our 0.5 area right here. That is a very strong area. The next area down, if we do break that, that would be the 0.618. Hopefully, if we do break out, we will either get a bounce off of the areas and head up. Of course, if we do break the 0.5, we will head down to the 0.6. Generally, we don't go lower than the 0.618. But of course, we do have the bottom of this target down here at the bottom of the wedge. Either way, I think we could bounce off and form a new pattern and head up. And one thing I do want to take a look at here is if we draw a trend line from the top of our pattern right there and come down here. This is just speculation right here, but this could actually form another very large pattern. All right, so if we happen to drop bearish out of this rising wedge right here, we could come back down here or even hit this bottom right here. So come down here and bounce back up again. As you can see, this could actually be forming a descending triangle. Of course, this is purely speculation at this moment. We could even just break bullish out of here, and we'll go over the targets for that as well. But just speculation, we could actually form another descending triangle, then eventually bounce up here and break out of this descending triangle. All right, let's get over here. And of course, we still have our targets from the other day. And so right here, if we do happen to break bullish out, of course, we did come very close to hitting this target that we talked about yesterday. This is the 0.271 area. We did come close to that. We didn't quite hit it. But if we do break bullish out of here, that, of course, that will be our next area. The next area above that will be the bring that down a little more, the 0.618. This is right around the 51.35 area if we do break bullish out of here. Let's go over here and check out the RSI and see how we are looking. All right, so I'm going to come over here to the 15-minute chart first. All right. And drag this over. All right, so currently our RSI over here on the 15-minute chart, we are sitting right around the 52 area. And as you see, we did actually form another bearish divergence. We had lower lows over here on the RSI and higher highs over here on the price chart. As you can see, we did have a little bit of a drop right there, and our stochastic did come all the way down and correct. So this may have already played out. And over here on the hourly chart, our RSI is sitting right around the 60 area. Stochastic is starting to point downward. This is like another area of support right here. So we may even bounce off of this, and that could be where we come down if we do break bearish out of here and hit some of our targets around the 0.5 or the 0.618 and then get a bounce out of here. That is possible as well. All right, and over here on the 4-hourly, all right, as you see, the RSI is sitting right around the 68. We are very close to the 70 level where that would be considered overbought. And so we are a little high right there at the moment. The stochastic is basically kind of neutral right now. It's got one going up and one going down. So it's kind of undecided at the moment. We'll have to see over the next 15 minutes where this does lead. We could, of course, we are pretty high right here. So we could head to the downside and just cool off for a little bit if we do break bearish. So that's one bearish signal. All right, over here on the daily, the RSI is currently sitting around the 77 area. We are very overbought at the moment, but of course, during a bull trend, as we talked about, we can stay overbought for a little bit, for a little while. And we did go way over here right as well on our last big run. That was around 90. All right. And over here, let me go back to the daily. All right, and the daily, of course, the stochastic, let me clear this out. Stochastic is really high. We are in the overbought area. We do have a tad bit more room to run with, and we could go a little higher, but it looks like we probably will be heading back down here shortly. But let me head back over here to the 5-minute chart. All right, and one more thing I want to point out right here that I'm kind of keeping an eye on. This may or may not play out, and it's not the best looking pattern, but we could possibly be forming a head and shoulders pattern right here. This is, you could have a shoulder right here, a head right here, and another shoulder. And this would be our neckline, so right around here. This may or may not play out, but it looks like we could be forming a possible head and shoulders. All right, so let me drag this up a little bit higher. All right, so if we do happen to break this trend line right here, so if we do come back down and break this area right here, then we will be heading lower. And we can actually grab a target. So somewhere around the top of the head down to the bottom of the neckline. And we can pull that out here to maybe around the area right here. And as you see, we do have a trend line, a very strong trend line right here that could be possible that we'll hit, and that'll be the target right there actually. So we have this strong trend line here. We could get down there and bounce off. All right, but that's just a quick update for today. I will do another video tomorrow, possibly tomorrow evening, depending on how the schedule looks. But hope you guys are doing well, and please make sure you do like and subscribe. I'll try to keep you updated with the latest. And as always, again, make sure you do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, thanks. Take care.